Bubba, it's okay, folks. We're going to open some fermenting bins. Is what we're going to do. So about an hour. Got many of fermenting bins to open up. Let me get some gloves on. Most important thing. Eye gloves and safety glasses, right? And look at, I've got 0 people in the house. Because I was supposed to do this. I was going to say on Saturday, I was going to announce either I'll do it Sunday or Monday. But guess what? I've decided to do it today. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And no secrets, folks. We're just going to open up some bins. I'm going to start with these guys back here. I've got about a lot of bins. I'm going to be taking from the top. We're going to open them up and see. And I think what you're going to have to do is trust that I got all these damn scutterflies still. They've been dying down a little bit. Our first bin, folks. There it is. It is what it is. It is no more, it is no less. How exciting is this? This particular bin looks pretty darn good, if I should say so myself. Now, I got my iPad facing the other way. So if you have a question for me, I won't be able to see it until I look at it. Let's go around here and look at it and read it. And right now I see one person in the group. So that's good. And now this was a heavy bin. And I see a cocoon here. And some unfinished. So I'm going to do on the sidelines here while you guys are looking at those amazing worms is I'm going to clean this sucker out here, this can here. Let me get my trusty card cleaning thing. Clean this all nice and neat. And fast because an hour is all the showing. Basic. Well, I got my iPhone up top here. I did it reverse. Last time I went live, I did my iPhone. This time I'm going to do my iPad filming and my iPhone answering questions if I could find it here. Let's see here. Hope everybody's New Year was good. So let me see. All right, here we go. Let's go into here. And separate account. I see one person. You should see two people in there. That other person, I think it's. I think that YouTube was. Oh, good. All right. All right. Let's see here. A little drag going on here. All right. Okay. So clean this out. And then I'm gonna put my can subfloor down here. I should have some newspaper on hand, but I don't. And if you've seen some of my videos, I just make the subfloor. You don't need, this is basically, wait a minute here. I'm getting a drag. I gotta shut this off here, this part here. All right, I see 4 people in here now, that's good. And so, let me see. Any questions? I can't really see because my camera is facing away from me. So basically, we're just gonna open up a ton of these Vernmenting bins, and as I open them, I'm going to ramble on. And I've got this bucket that I just emptied out. It's now, all this old material is going to go right into here. The stuff that's not finished. I got my minced cardboard here that I'll be putting at the bottom of that. And I should have set up prior. I got to clean this basement down for the new year finally. And start fresh. So all this stuff's going to go right in here. All the stuff that's not finished. Those worms will turn it all eventually into awesome soil amendments in the form of worm castings. So this unfinished stuff will go right in here. And I've got a ton of minced food, chicken bone, right? That must be a fresh one. I've got a ton of minced food that needs to be processed, but with these being emptied, that's all good stuff right here. I'm going to just put all new stuff in here. I'm going to go as fast as we can. This is what it looks like, guys. All that gross food that I used mincing up with the power composter is all right here. All these. And you know what? I don't know if you could see it, but of course, it's the living underground world in each container. And the beauty, what you want to look for is these, I see 1, 2. I see a ton of cocoons in this one. This was a successful bin. And you know what? After I packed my last, I have no doubt that all these bins, except for those damn scutterflies, I have no doubt that they're going to be a good one. I'm getting better and better as I master the art of Vernmenting. And I don't know, I'm kind of loving it myself. More so than my T55. And I thought it would be the other way around. But my T55 we'll talk about more and more about in upcoming videos. That's one bucket. That's all castings right there. Let me go get another one. All right, we got the next one here. Take the lid off. Ready? Lid's off. What do we see? You tell me, what do we see? Little guy, get over here. Take this over. Couple bangs. Whoop. No running. Alright, did any come out of here? Yeah, a couple fell down here. You don't want to fall down here, worms. Alright. Subfloor. Like that. This will all go into the bin here. Okay, remember how we said? Gotta get my conduit over here. Where is my? Here it is. Okay. So that's all I'm doing is opening up bins here. If you have any questions and you don't see me answering your question, it's because I can't really see them right now, unless I could see it on this one here. Somebody says, thank you from Negro. Amazing. No, I don't know what that is. All right, my aeration tube. Put that over here like that. This was a big, look at these squash seedlings. I'll throw those right in there too, a little green. Look at this, was a big thick cardboard I just threw in this one. I'll throw that right in here. They will turn those into garden gold, no doubt. Let's see here, we got this. Here's a roll, finished. How these will go in here. Cardboard, all these little parts I'll put over here for now. Hope everybody's new year was a good one. See that one here? When I fill this bin that I'm working on right here, I'm not going to add any worms because there's enough worms in the material I'm throwing back in here. Look at how nice that is. He's a whole living underground world in there, right? in each container. See all this stuff, nice and fluffy, that one. That was a good bin. That's our second bin. All right, boom, boom, boom. And if you don't get all this stuff here, when it goes into, all these castings are gonna go into a fermenting bin as a nursery. And I'll add a composting roll in there. And say you got a ton of cocoons. I always say a ton because I like them to be a ton, but let's be honest about it. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I tell you, there's a lot. What can I say? I can't count them all. Not enough time. That was another good one. Successful. All you guys go over here like that. Boom. Got a couple runners over here. Get over here now, all of you. All righty then. Come on now. Okay, that was our second. We're gonna go get another one. Let me go see if I have any questions here. Anybody asking anything? I can't see it there. If I can see it here. Come on now. All right, let's see here about questions. All right, here. Let me see. What do we got? Lee Longo on here. I will need to make me a new worm bin. I can't put meat scraps in my garden. Yeah, you can't. Well, you know, meat scraps in the garden. I read here. Let me get my third bin here. Oh. You know, some of these. The reason why I felt the need to open these is because some of them have been sitting a little longer than I'd like. And here's another one where I have some worms all on top. That's the next one I'm going to open up. Yeah. Alrighty then. Let's dump this guy out. And you guys seen how I packed that. If you've seen my video on how I pack these, you know it's a lot of compost. All that so-called organic waste doesn't leave our house. Those are the nutrients for this year's garden, right? And this one has a ton of worms in it. Got the subfloor. I got my protector, my trusty protector. Put that over here. And then all this is gonna go. That's not done. Put that right on top here. Our aeration tube, right here. Again, they like to fill up this thing right here. That's all castings in there, my friends. So I'm gonna go back full force on Vernmenting myself. And my T55s, I don't know. I might turn those into Eve Grow towers. I'm still working on one, but one of them that I'm using to do composting waste. For me, it's just too risky because I don't know what's going inside. I have no way of knowing what's in the middle of it all. Look at all those healthy looking worms right there. So with Vernmenting, I love the fact that I can dump them out and know exactly what's going on. That would go right back in there. I love exactly to know it's one system in its own right, but it's got many ways you can pinpoint your stuff, if you know what I mean on that one. All right, this guys, I can't even tell you how many cocoons are in here. Can you see it? I hope this camera shows how many. I'll let it sit there while I go get another bin. This one was pretty much done. These guys were starving for food, and maybe that's why they're making eggs. I don't know, but this one was success all the way. Holy smokes, all the eggs. So let's go get another one. And you guys, while I'm going to get it, see if you can't see some of the, maybe I'll move it up here for y'all. Let me check my camera angle here and see. Can you see the eggs on here? Let me see. Hang on to that thought while I go get myself another bin. We're going on our fourth bin, right? Oh, yep. Fourth bin. Notice when I open these, how low they've gone down. I pack them to the top, loosely, of course, so. All right, ready? Here's another one. I must have had a lot of pumpkin seeds in this one, and these ones we've done. See those nasty scutterflies? Not fun. We'll get rid of them somehow. As I've said in other videos, I do have a lot of spiders down here. That's why I don't recommend you doing, look at all the worms in this one. Tons of healthy looking worms in this tight little Vernmenting
bin. We'll clean this bucket out. That'll probably be the next one we're going to get ready to fill up. The one I'm working on now is almost full. That's all castings right here, guys. Soil amendments. You add these castings with your duff, your humus, or your, what do they call it? Garden mold is what the Brits like to call it, humus. Add these castings, maybe a little lime, and you got yourself some great growing material that didn't cost you anything but time. Cost you time. That's a fact. It is time consuming, but since most of us are home hunkered down, I think the most important thing we can do is learn how to make soil, and so learn how to grow food for ourselves, our families, and friends. There's a chicken bone. Let's see how that crumbles now. Now that I'm back to power composting, I'm not going to get as many chicken bones. Is thick. Look at that nice little, pumpkin, that's what it is. On that. This one was almost completely done too. And again, this was mixed with the third bucket. The third bucket had a ton of castings in there, but let me put these all down in my little spot down here. Like that. I love seeing all the cocoons, right, guys? No smell, earthy smell, all that gross garbage, folks. And if you've watched my video, you know that there's nothing off limits. Stuff that people would never put in a regular worm farm, in a vermi bag or I always forget the Australian guy's one there, which I think is one of the better ones, because it's plastic and made stronger, I think. The hungry bin, right? I think Vernmenting has it all over most of them. I can't prove it, but I tell you what, this T55, I think I'm liking Vernmenting more than that. I won't say that anymore. Let's go to our fifth bin here. We're really moving quickly. I'm taking the lid off now. And let me show you. I'll put it in front of everybody like this. A little liquid on top because, again, remember this, that's a bad model. In the spring, I'll fix all these and clean them all up. Look at how far that dropped. Isn't that amazing? And all the food, you guys see me pack these. I pack every one the same way. So, you know how much compost I put. And I'll show you how to do, I'll do that again because it's just amazing how it all works. All right, this I'm going to put over here. Now, subfloor. This one had some root in it that I probably just threw in there. Little greenery. That looks like a pineapple top. Put that right here on top here like that. All this stuff I'm going to throw in here. Leaves. I don't know how leaves got in here, but that's okay. They break down slowly. Those usually get minced and, of course, go to all CBCB. Where temperatures get up to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, breaking down all that carbon from the liquid slurry. Now, that liquid slurry, of course, we've talked about this in other videos, that liquid slurry, along with the solid bulk of the food, that's where our nutrients that our farmland is losing, that's where it's all going. We're getting it all, and we're throwing it away down the drain. We're throwing it in our garbage, and not here in my house. This is what we do with it. And you can see, if you really look closely, and one day I'll get my stereoscope out and my microscope out. That's a whole underground world. The biodiversity in here is just amazing. And again, I see nothing but live, healthy worms and a ton of cocoons. So that makes me happy. Happy, happy, happy. So 2021, guys, I say that's going to be the year of Eve. You know why I say that? I say it because I'm going to be giving away a lot of Eve's secrets. I'm going to teach people how to grow vertically using soil, showing them. You know, I say this in a lot of my videos, why it's better than soilless growing. I get very little resistance from anybody to say, oh, you can't say that. You know why? Because it's true. And when something is true, you can't deny it. It's very difficult to deny. And all you people who are growing soillessly especially my aquaponics friends who I love very much because I am fascinated with aquaponics. Let me go get another bin while I'm rambling here. The beauty about going live like this is I don't have to edit it after it. And it is what it is. There's no hidden editing that I do in my other stuff when I make mistakes as I talk. It's just, it is what it is. All right, now just open the lid on that. That's what that looks like. A couple pounds on that. Go like this. Getting hot down here trying to work so fast. Subfloor, put that over here like this. Boom, boom. And of course, I throw these t-shirts. This is a t-shirt. You know, you get those t-shirts that you're never gonna wear again. You get it at a sporting event or something like that. This one happens to be 50% synthetic cotton too. All right, so that one is not going back in here, but I will say this. This is going to go into my growing tower as a wicking. Wicking works great. The worms will eat whatever they can, and whatever's left is usually just stringy stuff. But I did it to stimulate cocoons, I thought. Soak up some moisture. A lot of clothes in this one. Again, I'm not going to put this one back in here. I'm going to save it aside. Put it in a bin, an aerated bin, so I could save any cocoons that are in here. This was a belt. You guys probably have seen this belt in other videos. I keep throwing it in, go through the cycle. One day it'll disappear. I don't recommend putting belts, leather belts, or beef bones. Take forever to break down. These chicken, this is an old bin right here, folks, because my chicken bones these days get minced to little pieces. So that's how I know it. Avocado pit, another beef bone. I think this one has been around, floating around. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it sooner. I see a vent thing that's off, so I'm going to have to make sure I fix that. But all the rest of this, bones can come out. All you pumpkin seeds, sorry. You're not going to make it. You're going to become my greens for my worms. They need the greens too, right? And you know, let's talk about these damn scutterflies you see flying around and all those people who think, oh my God, I don't want to get into worms with all these critters. Because I got some sap beetles in here. What else do I have? That I don't see many springtails these days because I do pack them dry, but I get them. There's some in there trying to make it. Look at this thing here. This is a cloth. And if you look at that, you see like an awesome little underground world in its own right. And this is all synthetic right here. That's why there's nothing else to eat on it. It's all string. The cotton's all been eaten by these masters, these angels of the soil that hold the secret to our survival on so many levels, so many reasons why that statement is true. Look at, I said no springtails. Watch out. Just do that. There's a whole little village of them. They like it wet. They're not hard to get rid of them. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, don't be discouraged because all these little critters, they do not like to leave our worm farms, no matter what kind of worm farm we have. Let's go get another one as I ramble on. But before I do, I'm going to look and see if I have any questions from my viewing audience. That it looks like we have 12 people here now. Let me see here. I don't know why I can't see them on my iPad. But maybe there's none to see. Anyway, I see 12 people. Welcome everybody, whoever's here. We're just opening up some bins. And this one that is almost done. This one that we pack. And actually, I'm just going to throw some castings on top of this. Cap it. Date it. And leave it. All right, this one, I got a date. I'll do that later, so don't waste too much of everybody's time. Put you over here like this. And let's grab the next one. Oh, here's one that had, I think I found out where that other one, these worms get out. Nothing gets in, nothing gets out. Really, Mark? Well, how'd those worms get out then? I think my screen must have fell off at the bottom. the bottom bin of that. That's all. They didn't go anywhere, thank God. And they look healthy enough. There we go. So now, look at how that one looks. Looks pretty darn good, don't you think? Let's see what the worms look like at the bottom. All right, now you got to remember, a little wet, huh? Let me tell you something, though. I think I got it down because remember the last ones I opened up? I was telling you there's a, oh, well, there's an anaerobic smell there. Just when I think, as you can tell, look at how wet it is. And this is one of the fatter grids, right? But look at the worms still clogged it up a little bit. There we go. I like this size grid, though. I wrap it when I wrapped. I showed you that in my last video. And maybe we'll do some live ones of packing a bunch of them. But a lot of parts as you take a mini off. What are we on now? I think we're on our fifth one, I think. All right, so this goes over here like that. Like that. So we'll clean all these out later. On my time, not the audience time. Okay, guys? And gals or friends. I got to start saying friends instead of... All the ladies in my audience must say, this guy, God, he's always saying guys, guys, guys. When I say guys, I mean guys and girls. So I'm going to work on that. From now on, I should start saying friends. Okay? Because we shouldn't be distinguishing all the guys from the girls. Let me get my card here. Clean this out. I already showed you I'm going to use a credit card and scrape all around. Like this. Like this. So if you're asking questions, I guess I'll have to answer them later on in life because I'm not really looking at it. And I don't, all right, chat publicly is, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What's that saying to me here? Oh, here's some, well, now where is this? Much of a good, somebody said something up there, that Lee Longo girl. God love her, my partner in crime. That girl, she's got to hear all my stuff. All my ideas. And she's right about some, but sometimes you got to live your mistakes, right, guys? You make them, and you got to live them, no matter how many times somebody tells you. And, you know, one thing she always tells me, God love her, she's an avid grower. She's been growing her whole life, even since she was a kid, right? One thing she tells me is I pack my bins too full of material, of plants. And, you know, for myself, I am just learning, right? As far as what plants, how many can you fit in a eave tower? And, you know, sometimes I get good results. Like one time I put 9 cherry tomato plants in a 6-gallon bucket one year. And I tell you, I got a ton of tomatoes. But cherry tomatoes are different than kale. And they're different than beef tomatoes. So, you know, she's a lot of truth to what she has to say. But how do you know until you push the limits? Because an eave container, believe it or not, and I don't know if she understands this secret, is there's a lot of aeration. There's a lot of room in the bottom that, yes, it has its limits of how many plants, but I think you got to experiment and with all kinds of different stuff. Look at all these castings. I got more coming your way. Guys, if I'm not answering your questions, it's because I guess I don't see. I'm on my iPhone looking up right now, and I see, how are you separating the worms? You know, all right, I see, oh, that's Monday, Samuel. Oh, I thought it was Monday, but that's your name, Monday, huh? Monday, listen to this. What I do, all these worms are going to go deeper down because of this very bright light I have here. And when I'm done filming, what I'll do is I'll take the castings out layer by layer. And that's how I do it. I do, what do they call that? There's a name for that. Let me go get another bucket, and we'll talk about that when I get back. All right, we're on our 6th bucket, folks. And here's another one where somehow the worms got out on top. This is unusual for me, because it never happens. So it must be, I'm gonna have to check my, I'm gonna have to check my screens when I start packing them again. See all those worms? They're healthy enough. They didn't make it too far, thank God, because if they go too far, they're gonna dry out. But I don't know how they're getting through here. Or in the other bin I gotta look at. So let's see here. Right now, I've cleaned out this bin is where they're going to go next. This is the new one I'm going to pack up. As you can see, I don't have much material because the worms, much leftover material because the worms have eaten everything nicely, right? So this one I'm going to check all the screens. That look good. That look good. That looks good. And in the spring, again, I will clean these buckets outside. It's too cold right now, and it's too time consuming. So I'm going to do that in the spring, make these look good. And as I've said in other videos, some of these bins have been outside in the cold. These 90 mil, not 90 millimeter, right, Alan? Alan, 90 MIL thickness is what you want in a bucket. If you're going to get a bucket and you're going to do fermenting or make a Eve Grow Tower, which we're going to do a video this month on how to make one of my Eve Towers. I'm going to share that freely to the world because that's the kind of guy I am. First of all, that's the kind of world I want to live in. A world where everybody shares everything like we're one big, fat old global family. And everybody's our brother and sister. And that's how we're going to get out of this mess. When we realize, don't panic, learn how to make soil, learn to do things yourself, and that invention is going to come along where free energy is going to be at everybody's disposal. Probably there now if we get rid of some of these corporate entities. But once that happens, and we all know how to get rid of our ins and outs, take care of them ourselves rather than having all these trucks wasting all this precious organics, right? As I ramble on here. All right, so you guys saw how I did. So basically like this, it's gonna go here. Now I'm gonna start filling it. And I got no material right here because that's all castings. It's a little wet. Now all these castings here, when I get the worms out of them, it's gonna go into a bin. And all the eggs that are in there are gonna hatch. And by the time the nursery phase is done, those will be all fluffy castings. And we'll do a video on that as well. I have a couple nurseries that I buried some composting rolls in that I might be able to show, but I doubt it. Not today. All right, I'm going for my 7th bin. And so far, guys, so good as far as I'm concerned. Around me right now, I got a ton of buckets. Oh, and I'm moving too fast. I feel every time when I'm on video, I got to move too fast. I shouldn't be like that. But here's this one. Dump it out. Couple taps. Gets it all out. This one has some more t-shirts in it. Smells good though. Right? We'll clean that out after. And this has... See, this is an older bin too, because the grass I don't do anymore. I think all these damn springtails... not the springtails, these scutterflies, as I've said in other videos, came from that. Grass, I was trying to stimulate eggs, and guess what? I don't see too many in here like I'd like. I'm going to continue with this and just throw it in there because once it starts in the fermenting bin, it's going to stay in there until it turns into castings. And as I've said, everything. Nothing is off limits when you're fermenting. Nothing. Beef bones, if you can break them down. But beef bones are a waste of time because they take so long. So hot compost those in your CBCB. That's what I'd do. Put those in here like this. All this excess. These guys can go in a different container for now just to get out of the way. And I'll put them somewhere safe because there's a lot of valuable life in these rags. And I will use them. They have importance. Right, everybody? Everything is sacred. Nothing wasted. Nothing wasted, all is sacred. That's our new tagline, by the way, for... This was a nice t-shirt at one time of one of my old logos that I ended up just Feeding to my reds. Now this here, I'm not going to put these cottons in here anymore. This is 50-50 too. These will go in springtime grow towers. Let me put you guys right here for now with all the other clothing. So, let me give a plug to my darling niece, Ashley Morgan Ashley. She has, and I'll put the link after the show is over, to her amazing work. My whole family is into the environment and taking care of. We're just raised that way. I don't know where we got it, but my whole family is about taking care of the planet. And my niece Ashley, she's got Recycled to Riches. You may have seen that. You Facebook people, and I'll put some links to my Facebook groups, may have known that name. But she and I are going to work on experimenting on composting clothing. She turns rags to riches with her amazing ideas that she does with clothing, and how we can all just, instead of buying more stuff, use the stuff we already have, right? See all this grass in here? Recycle to riches. And when I say riches, she's meaning rich in life, not necessarily monetary. Even though we all have to make cash in this nasty economical system we're all slaves to, whether we know it or not. We still have to make money to survive. That is our lifeline. And that's too bad. Hopefully we'll transcend all this stupidness, this unnecessary, and let our ingenuity be our saving grace. Technological unemployment, as we've said, is imminent. We can't help it. It's going to happen. Let these machines do our work for us, the stupid stuff, giving us more time to garden and reading and creating, getting into the arts, and not feeling guilty that we have to make a buck. Reach everybody's talent. Let me put these right here. Are they going to fall through? Yeah? No? Okay, good. Scutterfly. Oop, sorry. I'll compost him too. Don't act like I won't. All right, let me go get another bin. Oh, I got one right here, don't I? Let's see. I thought I had one here. Yeah, here's one. I got it right here. So I'm emptying. This is the 6th right here. Right? 6. Yeah, I'm looking at. No, this is 7. All right, so here's the deal. I'm emptying these. And as you could tell, I've only filled one fermenting bin with old material. Oh, that was a spider running. Did y'all see that one? I don't know how he got in there. Maybe that's the idea. Every time I pack a bin, I'll add a spider to get these damn scutterflies. Ready? Voila. How does it look? Let me see. Nice. Oh, you poor pumpkin. My poor pumpkin. Beat it a couple times. Beat it again. Oh, this looks nice. That subfloor right there is holding everything back. We'll clean you out. A lot of worms in that. Even the subfloor of that one. We'll clean those after the show. All right, now I'm getting hot down here because I'm moving so fast and talking so damn much. Let's take this out of here. This was I don't know why I got this grid. That's a good one. I like that little aeration tube there. This one too, not much material. Put you here. Now, for the longest time, it looks like a lot of work, but for the longest time, all these bins just sat in the back of my basement as the worms turned all that gross, so-called gross stuff. You know what? In our house, nothing is gross. Even liquid becomes sacred, because as I was saying earlier, right? That liquid is nutrients that we're losing from commercial growing. Where is it all going? It's coming to us. And it's valuable. It holds a lot of value if you know what to do with it. With our CBCB, the liquid part of it. When I clean out a dirty bowl, I just rinse it out a little bit, and that liquid goes right into my slurry bucket right in my kitchen, right? And we'll do a video on how I process food. All these scutterflies, they don't go far. But I'll show you a video on that one as far as how we take care of all organics. Everything, when you start to understand that all organics are sacred, you start thinking about the planet. And, I see a lot of people who worry about the planet, and they have a lot of good ideas. But at the very basic level, if you care, we all have to be the change we want to see in the world. You should at least have a composting bin, folks. Some kind of a spot where you put your organics, where you master how to turn it into soil, no matter where you live. So when I see the Michael Moores of the world, you know, not just Michael Moore. I don't mean to pick on him. I love this guy, Michael Moore. He has a passion for the planet. But here he is a guy. He's probably got multiple houses. One of my friends told me he has 9 houses. All right, now all these 9 houses, Michael Moore. You would think, look at that. There's always a red in the corn, right? All these houses you got, Mr. Moore. Are you composting? And while you're not in them, you got all these 9 houses. Isn't there a way you can, set up an inner city farm with them? Do you know what I'm saying? Now I'm just patting my stuff right here as I ramble on. Let me go get another bin. These are all castings right here, folks. A little wet. You wouldn't sell them. But guess what? They're going to be awesome in my Eve Growing Tower 2021, the year of Eve. Let me go get another one over here as I ramble on like I'm talking to myself. But there's an audience, I would imagine. I'm going to look after I get this thing. I'm going to see how many people are there. Try to catch up to the conversation at hand. Okay. Excuse me, all you Vernmenting bins. I got to see what's going on here in my talk room. Oh, Bo Dawson's here too. Cheers to Eve. Cheers to you, Bo. Another person loves the freaking planet and takes care of it. We got to get that girl some worms. She's going to be dangerous when she masters the art of Vernmenting. Let me see where the conversation. I just see a screen of me filming in my dirty basement. I'll be, let's see here. I'll be dangerous if I ever get squared away like that. I can't see any, I just see a screen, guys. Oop, turn it around. My God. Hi, everybody. It's me. Don't look at yourself, Mark. Look at the camera. How's everybody doing? I can't see any of the questions here, so I'm going to get back to the mission at hand, okay? All right, so I didn't see any. Let me check my phone. Maybe I'll see them on there. Maybe I'll answer a couple of these important questions. I see 14 people in this life-changing YouTube video. So how are you separating? All right, I told you that one. I mean, separating the worms from the compost. That's what I do. Worms don't like the light. They go deeper and deeper. So as they go deeper, you take the layers off. Recycle to Riches is here. Yeah, baby. Debbie's here too. I know that girl. God love her. Happy New Year, everybody. I'm on my iPhone reading all these right now. Maybe I'll just put my hand like that. No mask, no fuss. All right. Wow, we got a lot of questions going. I got my brother in here too. Touch the screen. Oh, I did do that. Let me see here. Oh yeah, wait a minute here. What an idiot this guy is. All right, Happy New Year. All right, touch the screen. Some brilliant mind just told me. The T-Zone, Stacy, love you too. We got a video coming your way dedicated to you. Long overdue. T-Zone, guys, go to her YouTube. I'll put a link there after the fact. I got a couple of hers. She videos worm eggs. She knows the secret to these guys and their saving grace that they will provide for a world that seems in disarray. It seems like I got a rap going here, but no, I'm just going for another Vernmenting bin. We're on 9, I think, guys. 9 Vernmenting bin. 9 or 10. Oh, boy, it's getting hot in my basement. Now, remember that when I pack these, if you've seen any of my videos, it's no matter how gross it is, we are going to turn it into worm castings. And the beauty about it is worm castings don't smell at all. This one is packed with, of course, those nasty scutterflies. I don't know how I'm going to get rid of them. Maybe it's the creator of all telling me, you know what, Mark? You don't want to get rid of them. There's something special about them. I don't know what it is, because I don't like them. But they're here to teach me something, I'm sure. I like this aeration tube the best. Wrapped it up. Remember when I wrapped one of these? Look at it, it's down to nothing there. Got my... All this material, of course, is found in our urban settings. Urban settings, guys. Everybody thinks they need to go somewhere to go grow food. Live off the grid. Well, we can live off the grid right where we live. See, I thought, I do have eggs here. See all these cocoons? This material, ash from Recycle to Riches. See this, the reason why it's more synthetic in here. Let's see here. I'm sure it's 50-50, but this is going to go into my Eve Gardens wicking material. Keep the moisture in for when I forget to water my towers. Those clothings are, it's just amazing. I can't wait to show you all the different towers I'm going to be making this year. If there's anybody out there who wants to hire me to create an urban farm like no other, so many great ideas. Now, I don't know, I'm looking at this t-shirt here, and I see a few eggs, but I see a lot of little babies in there. Where's my T-zone to get the microscope out on camera? Where is she? Because she's got the technology to do that. Because she's fascinated with these little creatures like I am. All right, this thing right here, it's not a rag. That's rich in nutrients. You plant that in your pot right there, and you're going to grow something with it. Tell you what. Now, look at, not much left, you guys. Devastating, isn't it? All that gross, nasty stuff has turned into this. This is what you can do, folks. And if you don't have a place to grow, you spread this like Johnny Appleseed all over the place, and you'll be growing all kinds of stuff. And if we all did this, we could probably take full control over all these corporate entities. Let's say we all master how to grow food. Here's what I envision. Ready? This is kind of a utopian kind of thought, but let's say we all mastered, or let's say 20% of us mastered how to grow food for ourselves, our family, and our friends, and our neighbors, right? We learn how to grow food, and then we say all together, all on the internet, here's that lobster thing. On the internet, we say, today, for the whole week, we're not going to shop at Walmart. And we're going to show these corporate entities how powerful we are. We're going to say today, we're not going to buy any Apple products for 1 month. None of us. Even though we love our apples, right? That'd be hard to do. Well, it wouldn't be hard to do because they're so damn expensive and they don't really care about the consumer. Look at this guy. This is one of those beef bones. They like their little nooks and crannies, right? My fellow vermenters and vermiculturists and worm farmists. Look at me just playing. What are they, a pet? They're not a pet. Let me go to another bin and start breaking down. Put these babies to work. Because the harder you put them to work, the happier they are. But my table's getting a little big. I may have to get a bucket chest. All right, just to put them in. All right, I'm opening this one up. No surprises. Boop. Boop. Hey. Dump it out. And you know another thing with my setup here, where I live, I'm all over the place as far as, oh, yeah, oh, nice. It's like Christmas every day for when you open these bins up. Look at all that nice stuff. Right? Christmas every day. Some people are like, are you kidding me? Those are worms. They're gross. Look at the bottom of that. They're having a little party down below there. And none of them have any clothes on. What are you guys doing down there anyway? That's what I want to know. How come you're all in one little slurry? I mean, who's the one who brings the baby oil anyway? Who's in charge of this party anyway? No social distancing with these people, that's for sure. All right, let's see here. This is going right into the new bin. Boop. All this grass, I'll be glad to not see you. I thought I got rid of you, but you're a hard one to break down. This is probably something fatty. See that? Oh, I had to smell it, unfortunately. That don't smell too good. That's all right. Give it another 4 weeks and it'll be smelling like Earth, Mother Earth. All right, what do we got here? This is grass. Oh, no, this is corn stalks. Another good one. I just got to mince it up a little finer, guys. They love all that green stuff too. Look at this. This is all grass, and I don't know if you could see it. I have to move the camera, but there's just endless eggs in here. My farm is growing like crazy here, Bozy. I got to send you some worms here. You're talking about all these worms you got, and you're not sending me any. Hey, you're gonna get some. You're gonna get your worms, girlfriend. There you are. Let's see here. Look at me, pet, touch, move around, all this stuff. Let's go get another bin. Stop dubbing around here. Okay, let's see. All right, we've got 3 more on this. I may have to do 2 shows, guys, because I got a date. I got a very important date to make. Somebody just asked me to come and share some time together, and I thought to myself, I was going to do this. I already said I was going to do a video, but I got to go do that. So I got a whole nother palette. We're only going to be able to do 16 today. I got a whole nother palette full of Vernmenting bins. And some might be saying to themselves, oh my God, this is too much work. It is work. And guess what? As I've said in other of my videos, that's what that one looks like. It is work. And I'd like to get paid for it because guess what? I'm stopping all this heavy weight from going to the landfill. So not only am I helping my garden, but I'm also helping my fellow man by stopping all this energy. So I should be getting paid for this. All right, Andrew Yang, if you were the president, and I say this in all my videos because it's important. I don't want a giveaway. You don't have to give me anything, but universal income, I think we can all use it first of all, and here we're all getting all these stimulus checks, right? It's kind of what Andrew Yang was talking about, but I don't want it to be a giveaway. I want us all, if we're all making soil, then we're all doing our part. And this is a chore in its own right. And once you start doing it, be very careful, folks, because if you're anything like me, you'll be fermenting all kinds of stuff. And you people who follow my Facebook group and my Vernmenting group, you know what I'm talking about. Imagine nothing going to the landfills. Imagine nothing in our landfills. This one's got a lot of springtails, Mark. Would you say at the beginning of this tape you don't see many springtails these days? Well, I just see a ton of them right in here now. What are you talking about? Let's open this little roll up. A lot of springtails in there, like a couple trillion maybe. Let's just put them in there. They're all helping with the breaking down. And once they go on our towers, these springtails, this is the microbial world the Johnson Soup people talk about. You know, when they make this Johnson Soup bioreactor, the gold mine of, and I'm going to talk about Johnson Soup right now because I love him. I love the way that his mission and what he's talking about. But, you know, he's making leaf mold is what he's making. And he adds worms to it. So that's adding compost. So he's got all these commercial people making these Johnson Soup bioreactors. I'll put a link down there. And a leaf pile will do the same thing. So look at that. This is only my second bin I'm packing, guys. So, but that's all right. By the way, I have a ton of new material that all these worms that have hatched will be going into next. And I showed that in my last video, how to pack a next one. So let's see here. All right, this is all stuff that goes right in here. Let me see if anybody's got any questions from me. Look at Red on the head, learning every day. Amen, brother. Off the grid. Love that guy. Let me see, I'm way down here. T-zone. Do it, do it. All right, Bo, the Reds for Alert Press. Okay, let's see here. What else we got? 2020, I voted for worms. Yeah, me too. I'm Bo's a dozy. How many people? We got 15,000 people in here. They forgot the 2 or 3 zeros that they put on here. I can't believe how popular. You know, it's all popular. All right, I'm going to cap this. See this got a little grid? Let me get another. I'll use this lid here. Looks dirty. It'll be fine. Cap it. Bring it over here with this other one. So we've emptied going on 13, I think, and only filled 2. But again, that's all right because I got a lot of material going on here. I should have brought a beer down here or something. It is Saturday. All right, let's see what happened here. Okay, just took this lid off. Had a lot of worms on the side, which does happen. I'm gonna have to, this one, I'm gonna have to pack all the castings in this one. Back, boys, back. All right. A lot of springtails jumping out. Disregard my initial comment when I started. Got a lot of springtails. Again, guys, most of these vermin that are in our bins are healthy for it. And none of them are hurting our angels of the soil. They're all a part of it. Now, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to clean the bin out. This one, maybe. This guy here, check all the screens. Boom, boom, boom. That looks good. Clean it out with my trusty. Where is my trusty? Oh, bother. Here it is. Here's one of these cards. Great cleaning thing. Go right around. You guys seen it in videos. That's all I'm doing. Just scrape it all off. Sometimes you wonder if you even have to do that, but all that awesome cake crumb is just too fun to not really look, because that's pure castings right there. Guano, right? Bat guano is what some people love to use, right? If you live in tropical areas. I don't know. Nothing beats worm castings. You know, we had a thought. There's the guy in one of the Facebook groups, I think, and I'm going to give a plug here to my favorite worm group in the whole wide world, Worm Composting UK. There was a comment in that one where they talked about rabbit manure. And here's my thought with rabbit manure and worms. First of all, rabbit manure in its own right is perfect. You don't have to feed that to the worms. It's already awesome as it is. So that's another thing that competes. Not, you know, worm castings is the bomb no matter how you look at it. It's the best. Master how to make worm castings and you'll master how to make soil while breaking down all your food. And I'll show you how I do it. And I'm getting better and better at it. You remember when I first started doing YouTube, I talked about power composting and I went through this whole elaborate machine that I made out of a bucket. I started there. Oh, if I could tell you the time invested. And one day I'll do a video on all the endless contraptions. Oh my God. I know my family's looking at me saying, yeah. Yeah, especially one in particular, Lily. She's thinking contraptions is right. Even my father would say, Nick, stop growing in buckets. What are you growing in buckets for? And where was I going with that thought? So, all these contraptions, right? Yeah, right, Mark. What the hell are you trying to say? The guy can't chew gum and walk at the same time. What are you doing? How about this paper? Do you guys use this? I'm going to use it, but more times than not, I stay away from this kind of stuff. But I'm going to use this for my bottom. Put your comments down below. We got to talk about that because, you know, if I start doing this stuff, I don't think anything will leave my yard. We could be hermits forever. Where are my scissors? Remember I put them here? Yeah, I do. There they are. Cut that off like that. Boop. Right? And then put it at the bottom. Like this. Let me get my favorite. I was going to use this as my inner aeration too, but I'm not going to. I'm just not going to do it. I'm going to use this one right here. Because I like this. This one here. And I'm going to wrap it with an old piece of paper. Ooh, that's perfect. Nothing great. Just put it like that. Bum, bum, bum. I'm going to stuff it in here like that. I'm going to start packing it with this older stuff. Boom. And now there's all kinds of worms in these, so I probably won't add too many worms. Let's see what this one is. Say this is, that probably smells. I can't smell anything gross down here, but that does smell gross if you put your nose up to it, so I don't advise that. That goes in there like that. So the worms will start attacking this in this next cycle, I would imagine. And I got a wild imagination, so sometimes I'm right, and sometimes I'm not right. There's that. Boom, boom. I don't have any more room on my table, guys, without it all falling off. Here's all these guys having a blast with this roll. You see all eggs in there? I do. I see some eggs. They're loving that. I'll put that right in there. Those babies will hatch in that next cycle, and I'll have a ton of worms there, and so goes the cycle, growing and growing. And that's basically it. So worms, composting worms, I guess I can safely say they're part of my life forever because they are a part of my sanitation regimen. So once you start doing it, it's a forever thing. So I don't know what I'll do when I'm in a convalescent home. Maybe I'll do what, is Wayne in here? My buddy Wayne, who's been with me since the beginning. And if you're ever going to have a YouTube channel or a Facebook group, because I know he's on my favorite face worm group, again, Worm Composting UK, you want Wayne in your group. Because this guy, first of all, he knows his stuff. And he'll keep you checking. He'll keep you on task. If you say something, he's right there. And I want to give a shout out to him for helping me with some of my people who come onto my Facebook that I don't see, that are trying to sell something and all this. Like stupid stuff. Has nothing to pertain to Vernmenting. You know, that Vernmenting group, I hate to say it, is, and maybe that's why I get kicked out of other groups, because they want to keep their stuff separate. Oh, Mark, Now you know what it's like when you got people like you who come into people's Facebook group and splur all your stuff. Keep growing, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that's why they don't want you in, because they're trying to sell something. And you say you're not trying to sell something, Mark, yet you are. You're trying to sell an idea. And granted, the supplies are free, but you make money off your time, I guess. That's the bottom line. All right, stop petting. Go get another bucket and stop talking. All right. All right, let's see here. Where we at? Well, I got two more. So this must be the 14th one. 16 to a pallet. And this, I don't want to say this right now, but my T55, again, with the number one no-no, it's been working fine enough. But when I was doing that no-no with Vernmenting, it worked really good. Because you have a way of really seeing your stuff with Vernmenting. You know where you are at any given time, I think. And you have a chance to rectify a bed. So as much as it seems a little odd to do vermiculture in such tight space, the truth of it is, yeah, that looks good. The truth of it is, maybe it's better. Maybe the more space, especially when you're going inside. Like, I have dreams of having outside worms. Like, actually, I have dreams of my grow towers. You know that Sue J grow tower I did 2020 that grew some amazing kale? What if I just buried some composting rolls right there, right now in the wintertime? Worms will get at it, turn it into castings, and that's my worm farm. Right? Especially if you live in the tropical areas. You people who follow me in Africa. And I'm getting a growing list of you guys and girls that contact me. You want to be my friend. You want to be my friend, but you guys never talk about Eve and towers and how you can build a tower. And I hate to say it, I'm being friends with you, thinking that you're watching my videos and you're getting psyched about growing food for yourself, your family, and friends. But none of you all seem like you want money, and I get that. You're in a place where you need that. But I'm telling you, the only thing I can give is the knowledge that I have of growing food in urban settings. And you people who live in Africa and India need to pay very, very close attention about my towers. Because instead of going to the field to grow your food, your towers can be right there in your villages, by your houses, and have your children taking care of them. The older folks, because there's no weeding, there's no bending once this tower's in place. And that's how you'll be able to get rid of your organics, your nasties. You know what I'm talking about here? There's a lot going on, and it's very hard for me to convey it in the time I have, in the videos I have. As you can see, my world is building up with castings. Look at that t-shirt. Where is it, Mark? This is what's left of it. Get out of there, you big fat red wiggly you. All right, let me go get another roll. Another roll, another bucket. We're at the top, and all I'm seeing here is shiny cocoons, telling me that all is well. What is this hard thing? Chicken wing. Oh, that's a shell, an oyster shell I couldn't break up. Let me get this last 16th pin, and then we're going to call it a day, guys. This is at the very bottom, and maybe I'll still go live again Sunday or lundi. No, lundi, Sunday, mardi. Lundi and mardi, like I promised. Now this one was at the bottom, and I've got a lot of liquid on here with springtails. I'm not going to show you that because it's very wet. I could, but I don't want to move my camera. All right, I'll just show you, give you an idea. And of course, it's that silly fitting right there that's too high up. Got to fix that. Where am I going to put this? Whatever. I'll put it like that. And this is what this bin looks like. And I think you'll all agree we had a successful fermenting. Oh, bother. I don't want you worms going in back of my tower there, or my thing. So let's go like this. Did I lose any? Maybe. Oh, I don't want to lose any. I'm going to have to take the time to rescue whoever fell back there. You think anybody did? Possibly. That's it, guys. I don't know if I'm at an hour. What do we got for time? Let me see if I can answer some questions real quick before I call it a day. That's all I got. I got 16 more waiting in the wing that could be done. And then if I pack, let's say, 32 bins, I won't have to mess with them till springtime, where I can get the rest of them. So let me see what I got here for questions here, if I can answer. Liquid on your compost pile, Mark. Yeah, that's right. Lots of wormies. Yeah, tons of wormies. Love you, but think you're speaking French, my dear. Yeah, you're right about that, Fuzzy. Like, I got the spider dropping in on us. Maybe you'll see him. This is my world. Here he comes. I'm reading my text. It's up high here. And oh, no, he's not just coming down. He was going to make an appearance. We have 14,000 people in this group. That's amazing, guys. Appreciate everybody coming and seeing what we got going on. This year promises to be an awesome year. Don't give up hope. There's no need. Look at nature. Find the revelations that are coming to you 24/7. They're always there. And if you have a problem, you're wondering what to do, contemplation is the key. And I have no doubt, although I do have my doubts right now, that and I hate to get off the subject, but my CBCB, I'm not having good luck getting that heat out of the pile. That's what I want to say. So I had one CBC pile that went over 130 degrees Fahrenheit, 5 months at a time. And I've had them go a month this year, maybe a month and a half, but I have to work on it far more than I'd want to. Certainly can't rely on the heat if I've got something I'm heating. So I put it out to the universe. There's no doubt that the answer will come to me. Though knowing me, it'll take a lot longer. This is a nice looking roll. Put that in here. And I'm also working on, many of you who follow my channel know that I have a organic swimming pool filter that I've been working on. I'm on my third prototype this year, and I think this is going to be the one. I got like a little trillion little eggs in here, cocoons in here. And I think this is going to be the one. And when it does, I'm going to start doing that. Now, I'm not going to open a separate Facebook group for unless I do, separate Facebook group that's dedicated just to organic filters. You know how they do in Europe? They've got all these natural swimming pools. Well, and they use their aquatic life to filter their water. Well, I'm going to take my many years of expertise in soilless growing, aquaponics and aeroponics and hydroponics and all the different contraptions I've made. I have no doubt that I'll be able to filter pool water while growing food. And it's going to be an amazing, because right now we have a couple filters. Everybody's going into salt, which is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, maybe cleaner, maybe you don't need chlorine. But what happens if your pool, what do you do with all that salt water when you got to empty your pool and deal with it? You're going to put it down your sewer drain that, of course, goes to the water supply? I don't get what people are thinking. Is that smart to have a saltwater pool? God, I have a huge pool, and if I had it filled with salt water and had to empty it, where the hell would I empty that water? So I don't understand that. My water that comes out of my pool now, I could spread it everywhere. I feed my towers with that water. All my gutters are tied into my pool. And when I have a bunch of people over, I have it set up in such a way where I can add the chlorine in. And chlorine is very reliable as far as knowing how much chlorine is in your pool and stuff like this. You know, we drink chlorine all the time with our city water here where I live. You smell the chlorine. In fact, the water in that we drink here has more chlorine in it than my pool ever could have. All right, I'm just playing with these because I really have to clean this mess up. And I have 16 more, like I said, that I'll do on Monday, I bet. And hopefully I got it right. You know, I only have to juggle these 3 pallets. And for the life of me, I can't remember which pallet I opened up. So I'm thinking this one was the next one to be opened. But anyway, what else I see? I see scutterfly maggots in here. I see scutterflies. I see some sap beetles. I see tons of cocoons. And I just see rich, rich soil. No smell. No smell. And if you're worried about bugs and stuff, maybe vermiculture isn't for you. That's too bad. And if that's true, find yourself somebody who can do it and just do something with your food scraps. Bury it. Now, there's a way to do it. You don't want to bury it because, of course, there's all kinds of vermin. Everybody's situation is different, too. So, that's all I have for you right now. I gotta go. Today's Saturday, January 2nd, 2021. And look at this shirt. Here's another shirt. Where'd you go, shirt? Recycled the riches. That's what it looks like when you're all done. That's what your looks like. And I see there's a cocoon, 2 cocoons right on there. They say there's like 3 to 7 worms in each cocoon. Is that true, my fellow vermiculturists? I don't know. I know who would know. Stacy from the T-Zone knows the answer to that question. As I said earlier, she does a great job videoing. That's where I found her. And I would contend, now you people from Worm Composting UK can set me straight if you'd like, if it's not true. But I think I'm the one who introduced Stacy, the T-Zone, to your amazing Facebook group. I found her. Maybe it's all in my head, and who knows where I found her. I probably found her from another worm farm. I forget where I found her, but when I found her, I was so psyched. I'm like, this girl, she loves her worms. And I think I introduced her to worm composting. And any of you people who are watching this video, I'll put the link in the comments section as I play with my reds, my castings. I'll put a link in that. There's just a trillion freaking eggs here. These batches, I think I got it down, guys. I'm going back to Vernmenting full force. I hate to say it, my T55, which is a continuous flow system, and I can't compare it to any others because I've never had any others, but I wanted to see if continuous flow systems were better. Very nice to be able to get finished castings from below, I thought to myself. And maybe instead of not having all this different containers and stuff, maybe it'd be better to have one of these. And of course, I wasn't going to go buy one because I contend anything they're selling, and this goes for the Vermi bag and the Wormy bag, the Urban Worm bag, anything that they're selling. And I'm sorry to say, these guys are great people, by the way. I don't mean to insult them with this. This goes for everybody. No matter what they're selling, it's a growing thing, a growing unit. We can make it far better using materials that are all around us every single day in urban settings. Let me put you guys down here. You hear me? We can make it better. The materials are there. You just got to know what to look for and where to find free supplies. My dog's barking like crazy up there. Let me see. I'm going to scan this pile. I'm going to close it out, and I'm going to scan my pile just so you can get a sense of all these amazing, this amazing living underground world found. And you can see these sap beetles there. See them? That was from manure that I got. Fresh cow manure that I started working on way back when. And those little guys have been in my pile forever. That looks like a seed. I see some lobster shell there. Lots of sap beetles. I don't know how to get rid of those guys. Do I want to get rid of them? I don't know. All right, guys. Let me see here. That's it. I'm signing off. That's all I have to say for now. Stacy, see those little planters? Those plants were all beat up before, so they don't look too good. But I'll be doing a video dedicated to you on how to make that thing. I think those things are amazing to be able to put a planter anywhere. And also the ones I have upstairs in the sun, they show the secret of Eve on many levels. Love you, Michael. T-Zone, love you. We'll be shooting a video for you. And Bozy, love you all. Happy New Year. We'll talk to you later. Did I do it right at an hour? Way more than an hour, Mark. Yeah, I've overdone my time. Ask my family. They know I'll ramble like crazy. Don't act like I won't. I love you all. I'm signing off. If I can figure out how to sign off. Share. This X, maybe. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Yeah, I'm sure. Sure, yep. Somewhere.